SharePoint Lookbook contains all your new designs, patterns, and control mapping to your new modern SharePoint. So this video talks about in detail of how better we can understand from Microsoft designers to roll up all our content on SharePoint.
This is the SharePoint lookbook that they really launched it. And this template talk about every important aspect of your SharePoint design, as well as your strategy and internal architecture of how better you plan your content here. So if I could probably go and hover one of my mouse on these templates, so you see the intranet homepage comes with three different design, starting from news and resource, social and personalized, and compelling and highly visual. With the new Microsoft modern pages, we can now use our GIFs and 3D images that we can probably display. One of the example, maybe I can just take you a tour by going to social and personalized. So if I'm new to SharePoint modern pages, if I want to know how SharePoint has designed this Redmond United States weather, so I think that's a quite explanatory here. If you see, there's a web part that they have used called weather. Now when you click onto the weather, it takes you to the weather web part's explanation, and I think that's a similar one that we just saw back to the page. So this makes very clear that how and where and you know best patterns of how we can probably talk about and go about the SharePoint homepage of any intranet site. So maybe you can take a quick look here. In the left hand side, it talks about all the web part and things that they use. And also there's a custom logo that they talk about in footer and the header. So here I'm going to probably brief about the header, which you see these headers is now quite customized. It comes with quite two different parts like cascading and the mega menu, and you can probably go to one of the site and you can just say change the look. There you get all the settings. So maybe I just go back to talk about a little bit here. So let's say I'm into the designing my SharePoint Hub site, and maybe I'm confused of how I can probably talk about the SharePoint, sites. So here it's I think a great way where we can probably go and understand from the Microsoft engineering teams that what are the best practices to go about each of the site template. So if I'm project team and I have 5 members or 50 plus members working in a project, so I need a project focused site, I just go here. It's super easy. I just see all the news coming here, and if I don't know how to really start working on the news, there's a news web part coming on the left hand side which you can probably go and study. And it's quite simple that now they have all the explanatory information about every web part that they are using in the modern pages. And I have personally have a blog uh, where I can see all the modern web part you can probably find under the SharePoint training. So there's a SharePoint training page. And also there's a web parts that you can probably go and learn each of them web part. So I'm happy to give this URL after my video in the description. So here, if you know how to use divider, the document library, the embedded, you can probably just go and read about it by clicking on one of these tiles, and it's right there. So this design is mobile friendly, of course, and there you can probably customize. And I think these are the SharePoint design guidance from the Microsoft Teams. So if you just go back to the SharePoint and see all these designs, I think this gives a sense of how we can probably use the new modern SharePoint sites and help the meeting team. So if you go one of the site, let's say meet the team. Now meet the team, actually you would be confused or maybe asking questions about how they use this custom picture and a title here. So I would say this just an hero web part with the right side all the text and the left hand side there's an image, and they have used hero web part in a layered structure, and these are the custom one which they just have a text and images coming.
So I'm going to put all my useful links and the SharePoint Lookbook link in my description. So please do check out my description for all the useful links. And also, if you think that this video is useful for you, maybe you can just go and like and subscribe my channel.